What's up? I'm me, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light, only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings. Okay, please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. Okay, welcome to the new subscribers. Okay, welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. So this is an Isis message, okay? I don't have any notes today for any of the readings, but I really liked Yeshua's reading, okay? We got curious, okay? Somebody could be curious about you when it comes to love. Maybe they want to like share some sort of sacred space with you. I feel like if you are in a love connection, okay, it has a very positive outcome, okay? I feel like you could be receiving a lot of clarity about like the things that happen between the two of you guys and working very steadily, working very hard on removing any obstacles that could come up between you guys, you know? I feel like you guys really both want this thing to work out. This is a love reading. We got energy medicine, okay? I think this is a love reading, okay? We got energy medicine, sensuality, devotion, celestial fertility, and deep rest, you know? I feel like you and your lover, you guys, even if you're together, you know, I feel like you guys have just been going through this time of like deep rest, you know? I feel like you guys bring a lot of energy medicine, a lot of healing to each other, a lot of changes to each other's lives, because this is the number 14, but also this is a new, I see 144, okay? This is a really new and passionate beginning between the two of you guys, even if you have been together already, okay? Like there's some sort of renewal coming into your loving energies. Maybe the way that you give love has changed a lot, you know? And this is something that's really positive in your life at this time, baby, okay? Yeah, we got inner oracle, okay? I feel like somebody's bringing a lot of balance to you. Libra could be significant. Also, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire energy. It says you are the channel, deja vu, self-fulfilling prophecy, okay? So I feel like you're doing a lot of manifesting in your life, okay? Calling in a lot of things to you, and that includes like very balanced partners, okay? Or just like a more balanced energy between you and your partner, okay? Yeah, you're operating off of this beautiful galactic vibration, okay? Really in this higher consciousness type of energy. And I heard give them time, you know? I feel like Isis is saying you need to give your lover or whoever you're with or whoever you're putting your time and energy into to catch up to you, you know? I feel like you're kind of definitely the more advanced one when it comes to your spirituality, you know? I feel like you have always been called to seek a higher truth, and your discernment is very powerful, and you've definitely chosen a better path for yourself, and you are the authority in your own life, you know? But also it's giving me this energy of you being the authority in your connection because you have like a higher spiritual ranking, you know? I don't want to say like you're closer to God, right? Because nobody's closer. Everybody's, well, I mean, I guess some people are closer to God than others. You know, some people have like, you know, grudges that they're holding against God and things like that. And that could definitely be a thing, you know. Maybe your person could have been conflicted in the past about their relationship with God, you know, and they really could have been just having a hard time with communicating with the divine. But I feel like ever since they got with you and they see your connection, the way that you communicate with the divine, the way that you feel your galactic vibration, you know, the way that you show your expanded consciousness, it has really motivated them to recognize this light within themselves. And I feel like they're receiving a lot of blessings and also receiving a lot of truths from God at this time, because they finally like come around and really started to talk to him or her more, you know. And so, because we know God doesn't really have a sex though, let me just tell y'all, but you know, a lot of us refer to God as like him or her, you know. I definitely say him, you know. God is my dad all day long. Okay, and so I feel like God is blessing this person with a much higher perspective, helping them to get more in touch with and to follow their inner knowledge or their inner guidance more, you know, helping this person to realize that all they really need is this inner guidance system and their connection to the divine in order to move through life, you know. And I feel like Isis is just asking you to, like, you know, on some Osiris stuff, you know, to give this person time, to give them patience, and to give them the space when they need it in order to grow into the perfect partner that they're becoming for you, you through God, okay? Come on. Excuse me. That's confirmation on that. Yeah, we got the sun. I feel like there's, okay, and the Hierophant. I feel like this person is like your husband or your wife, and I'm hearing that song, I'll clean up for you. Okay, I'll clean up. Okay, somebody was willing to clean up for you. Okay, they working hard to clean up their life, to operate with more positivity. They want to have a lot of fun with you. They want to be very optimistic about you guys' love life, and so they had a lot of things that they had to learn, a lot of truth that they needed to expose and face within themselves in order to build their confidence a lot more and to get their throat chakra to a place where they could communicate with you a lot more, or a lot more clearly, or as often as they need to, in order to keep this thing going. Because I feel like, connection or like communication could have been a little bit weird with this person, like at the beginning, but I feel like things could definitely be smoothing out between you and this person, and it's because of all of these labor and efforts that they've been putting into themselves, and also all of this work, labor, and effort they've been putting into like spotting and avoiding the manipulation, the emotional manipulation is what I heard from the people that have been on the outside of them. I feel like this could have been a person in the past who let a lot of other people around them have these big, huge hands in their love life, and now they're starting to see that like that could have been where they went wrong. So also this person could be someone who really doesn't like to talk to other people about you guys' connection. I mean, I get this energy. They do like to brag about you, and maybe they were talking about you a lot to these people at first, but now they're kind of just holding back like what is really, really, truly going on. Like they're understanding what parts of you guys' relationship needs to be private, okay? Yeah, we got the Knight of Cups, okay? So this person is ready to offer you like this higher level of love, okay? It says romantic proposals. It says offers, invitations, taking action, following your heart. This person is learning to follow their heart, to go after what they're really truly attracted to rather than what society says they should be attracted to. And you guys could be dating, or even if you're together, like I said already, like I feel like even if you guys are together, you've been together for a while, you guys could be dating a lot more, spending more time with each other, really starting to look at each other as the ideal man or woman, or really starting to understand why you guys like chose each other, or why God has like put you guys together, and I think you guys are doing a great job. Okay, you just need to keep it going. This is definitely your new beginning. Yeah, we got decisions with the Two of Swords. I feel like maybe this person had things that they needed to figure out, and it could have seemed like you guys, this whole connection was just at a standstill, right? Like you guys were just like, things were at a stalemate. It says stalemate, truce, sitting on the fence, crossroads, and difficult decisions, painful choices, stressful decisions, opposition, facing your fears, being torn between two relationships, and divided loyalty. This person also could have had like a choice between you and someone else, and their heart guides them to you, but I feel like their mind, or like the practical places they could place the other person in their life, kind of made a lot more sense to them, and they're learning that like they want love, they want more, they want to be able to like clearly communicate, they want someone who sees the world a lot more like they do, and so they're not giving nobody else the time of day. I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? They not giving, yeah, look, the Tower, okay? And the Eight of Cups is crazy, okay? The Tower and the Eight of Cups, bro. They not giving nobody the time of day, They definitely moved on from something very big in their past. Maybe they had a fear of moving on from this past person before, like I said, because maybe they were helping them a lot or whatever, but they decided to abandon that connection, and just go ahead and just, surrender to the storm, let shit fall away in order for them to come after you, to follow their hearts, for you to be the ship that comes in, okay, to have this new beginning with you. So I mean, if you're worried, or if you feel like this person might be entertaining somebody else or choosing somebody else over you, that's not the case. This person just has a lot of energy medicine coming in from the divine. They're doing a lot of healing, a lot of changes at this time, and even if it does come to other people coming in, your ancestors are just in the middle of it. I feel like this person's ancestors and your ancestors are kind of like writing for this connection. They really want this thing to work, okay? They want you guys to go the distance. Yeah, so just like there's some good news coming in from this person, like I don't know, maybe you guys could be about to like move in together, or I don't know, maybe you guys might have like business ventures, or maybe you guys might start like putting your spiritual practices together, you know, like praying a lot more together, or meditating together, or something that you guys do together. I'm even hearing Karma Sutra and things like that. You know, you could be getting into like a different level of just sexuality, of sensuality, of connection with this person that I don't think you've ever experienced before in life. Look at the four wands when I part the deck. Okay, it's too good. Okay, so you're meant to have a very happy family with this person. You know, I feel like this person is like definitely coming home to you in their head and in their heart. You know, I feel like you're like a lighthouse is what I heard. You know, you're like the only thing that really makes sense to this person in their life at this time. You know, like they don't really know how things are going to go or how things are going to play out, but they know that they want you to to be in their life. Okay, they're making plans with you in mind, you know. And I feel like that's like very mature. I feel like this person could have matured a lot since they started talking to you, or since you guys started your relationship together. And you just need to give them time and give them a little space, and don't sweat them so much, you know, especially if you're the feminine, right? Because we can really get in our feelings, you know. But I mean, it can totally be the other way around, you know, because I know there are some guys that are more emotional, and the woman's just like, oh my gosh, like please chill, you know. But I mean, whoever is like the more feminine energy in this, you know, you just need to chill, baby, okay? And communicate clearly like what you need from that person, or what you need to see, or what you want, or what you're doing, or what you're focused on, you know. I feel like they could be kind of pulling back emotionally just a little bit, because they're kind of in hermit mode, you know. Virgo could be significant. Did I say Libra, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? I said all them signs, okay? So there, except Virgo, that was the only one that was new, okay? But this all could be like just a little bit much for this person, and so they just need the time. And I was saying that it might, like the way that they're pulling back, it might make you feel like, you know, they're pulling back because of you, or like you're doing something wrong. The song On Chill, okay? We've been on a tragedy for months, why can't you agree with me for once? Maybe we can be on chill tonight, maybe you can, something like that. Yeah, we got the Ace of Swords. So just be on chill, you know. I feel like that's what this person really needs from you. They need you to be patient and to be the level-headed one at this time, because they're going through like a big transformation, and I feel like you've already experienced this kind of transformation with the divine and this evolution within yourself, and it's really kind of new to this person, and they're just trying to do what it is that they need to do, you know. Oh, snap. We got emotional pain, okay? So they could be going through some emotional pain from some realizations that they have had, you know, or they're finally like releasing some things of the past. This person could be doing a little bit of crying, you know, just because they're having some sort of like very significant emotional release. This is the number 32, you know, so it's 5, you know. It's like whatever emotional release your person is having is very detrimental to their journey, and it's really important that you allow them their time to get guided, just like you have time and space to get guided, you know, because you make that time and space for yourself. And I feel like this person is learning the importance of making that time and space for themselves to grow, and for their time that they spend with God, you know. This person also could be having some financial worries or problems or issues, you know, but I feel like they're awakening to like their divine masculine energy within themselves, and all the ways that they were kind of losing money while they're having people playing with them or trying to manipulate them, you know. So just allow them time to like get themselves together, okay? I'll clean up for you. They trying to clean up for you right now, okay? He says, my clothes, my hair, my nails, my something, I'll clean up for you. You know, like they're learning how to love themselves more so they can love you better, okay? What's that song? I can love you better, lose myself in love, and that's just the way it is. Come on, what is that? She said, I used to do something a long time ago, and all I ever wanted was love. I feel like this person is like having an epiphany, okay? They're having some sort of like realization about you. It's like your love is so healing to them. They feel like this is the thing that they've always been missing, and they just are very grateful that you've been able to like awaken this within them, you know? Like they feel like they connect this to you with this is 16, it's the number 7, you know, like they connect you you to this new, happy, abundant type of feeling that they're having in their life, even when things aren't going the way that they want it to go, you know? Like, they feel like you are just the sunshine to all the tragedy that they've had to experience in the past. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, we got the priest, okay? So this person, like I said, they awaken into their magic, you know, to the light within themselves, you know. They're starting to really set a lot more positive intentions for themselves and realizing that they're infinite, that they're limitless, that they're special, that they matter, that they deserve love, that they don't deserve people to like play with them or play with their mind or try to have them conflicted on the inside, okay? Yeah, they becoming the divine masculine for you, baby. Or the divine feminine if you're a masculine yourself. Like, it's gorgeous. Yeah, look. They could have been a real karmic masculine in the past, you know, or maybe they've just been overcoming this narrative of them being a karmic masculine. You know, I feel like people have tried to paint them in this very nasty light, and they're doing a lot of cleaning up in their lives. They're healing themselves in a way that they were expecting past lovers or other people to heal them, you know, and it's going so well. What's emotional pain and thoughts? We got jealousy and envy, okay? They also could be dealing with a lot of jealousy and envy on the outside of them, not only from this ex-lover who feels like, you know, they chose you over them, but just other people, you know. They see this masculine trying to thrive, trying to grow, trying to be better, trying to improve their heart and their moves and their money and all of these different things, trying to drink less, trying to smoke less, trying to, you know, stay out the streets, stay out the way, trying to focus, trying to, you know, pinpoint their goals and where it is that they want to go. And they're dealing with a lot of like backlash, you know, people making it hard for them, people trying to like tear them down, trying to hold them back. Yeah, trying to manipulate the energy like they used to in the past, but this masculine is seeing them clearly, and this could have a lot of people very concerned, you know. They could feel very salty about this commitment that this person is in because they're no longer presenting like the karmic masculine that they thought that this person was, okay? Ooh, yeah, look, achievement, okay? Come on. Let's get it, okay? Yeah, rich guy, period. That's what they didn't know. They didn't know that this person was a rich man or woman the entire time, you know? They was never karmic, you know? And I feel like you definitely could have had that same kind of stigma or people talking about you in the same way in the past, you know? I feel like you and this person, you guys have a lot in common when it does come to like jealousy and envy and people on the outside of you and all of this emotional pain that you had to work through, you know? Lots of root chakra and sacral chakra healing had to go on before you and this person could even be in this place where you guys could grow together, you know? Yeah, Starseed, Starseed gang, okay? You and your real love. Hello, come on. Yeah, look, divine feminine, just know, like, this is it, you know, surprise. You might not have thought, like, that it was going to be this person or that things are going to turn out so great, but I feel like you're going to be very pleasantly surprised after this person gets done working on themselves the way that they're working on themselves, you know? And it's like part of them is doing it with you. It's like they're doing it with you in mind, but at the end of the day, they're doing it right because they're not doing it for you. It's just like you reflect the best parts of them and they want everybody to see that shit, you know? It's beautiful. Let me turn this around because I'm about to use these cards and I don't know I'm that good because I don't use them enough. I just want to make sure that I'm getting them right. What's emotional pain, jealousy, and envy and thoughts? We got the lovers. Hello, come on. Like, people are really jealous and envious about this connection that this person has found, you know? Like, I heard karmic homeboys. Could be like some karmic homeboys. Definitely some family members that just don't like this new energy that this person is in. But they're not going to say that. What's thoughts, manipulation, and priest? We got the high priestess, okay? I feel like you see things very clearly when it comes to the people around this person. They might come to you for advice. They might really honor your opinion and the things that you say. I feel like when you do give them advice, like you don't really like you don't take the opportunity to like shit on these people for the decisions that they make. You just encourage that person to move differently and to honor themselves before they allow people to bring that kind of shit into their life, you know? And they really appreciate that about you, that you don't like sling mud or try to, you know, force them to separate from certain people or certain situations. You just allow them, you tell them your advice or what you have to say, and you let them make their own decision and do what it is that they need to do or see what it is that they need to see. I feel like, and that kind of patience has gotten you everywhere, okay? What's priest, divine masculine, and the veil? We got the Knight of Wisdom, okay? Wisdom is cups. Yes, 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 yes. So, again, the Knight of Cups, okay? So, like, I don't know. Like I said before, look, and the Emperor, come on. Like, this person wants to, like, pay you back, you know? I feel like they honor and appreciate the way that you've brought some sort of emotional balance to your life, and they want to pay you back by bringing a lot more physical balance to your life, right? Like they want to, I heard, like put you up in a house, you know, they want to put you up in a house. They want to, like, I heard, make an honest woman out of you, you know, like they want to marry you and like put you up and be able to provide and take care of you, or to have a place where you guys can really truly work as a team, like uninterrupted or unaffected by people's evil eye and jealousy and their need to, like, you know, drop their unsolicited opinions into you guys' relationship and what you guys have going on. What's the Lovers and the High Priestess? We got the Five of Wisdom, okay, or the Five of Cups. Like, this sad and despair type of energy on the outside of them is like this person is trying to rise above this shit, right? It's like the people of their past are like this huge monster, you know. They just want to pull them down. They don't want them going toward the sun or rising above or floating over this sad and despairing and depressing type of energy, you know. Like they don't want to see that. They don't want to see this person, you know, sitting around smiling and shit, you know, at your text messages or whatever, you know. Like there's something that this person does when you guys communicate that I feel like these people hate to see. Like they hate to see this person like blushing or like smiling, or even like to hear them talking about you. Like it's really getting under somebody that they know skin. What's the High Priestess and the Knight of Wisdom? So we got Judgment, okay? These people on the Judgment, okay? Don't worry about it. We got the Queen of Charisma or the Queen of Cups, you know? Because I feel like this person sees you as like this homemaker, as like the perfect caretaker for their family, you know? And it's like, I don't know, they're getting a lot of backlash just for making a more responsible decision in the kind of person that they're loving, you know? Because it's like, I don't know, maybe they were using past people for this manipulation, you know, like say there's an ex-girlfriend who's close, like with the mom or with the sisters or whatever, you know, or even with the brother, you know, and they're just like, oh, can you tell him, because, you know, can you ask him if he could do this, because he told me no, and, you know, we ain't been on the best of terms, you know, and like negotiating with like whoever their girlfriend or whoever their lover is at the time in order to sway them into doing what they want him to do, and this person would do it, you know, because I feel like they all would benefit from this masculine doing what they wanted him to do, okay? We got the Ten of Wisdom, though, the Ten of Cups, you know, and then the Two of Charisma right here. Look, charisma is pentacles, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, she like sitting down looking in a magic book, and she's like controlling this entity, you know? Somebody could have even tried like having this person, having your lover have an entity attachment, or maybe they had entity attachments of the past that they've healed from, and that could have been the energy that they were trying to use to like control this masculine. But they finna get this karma, okay? Yeah, because this person's gut has been enlightened, and they're receiving transmissions from the divine right now, like straight from God. God is giving this person directions on how to move. They might not always listen or understand what is being said, but I feel like they're doing a great job of always coming around to what the divine is trying to tell them. What's the lovers, the five of wisdom, and the high priestess? We got timeline jump. Hello, timeline jump. Time for a timeline jump. Okay. So this person has jumped onto your timeline. Okay. Like, it's no obstacles that can stop this person from being with you. Okay. Yeah. This person tapped into this energy of universal knowledge within themselves. Okay. And now it's like you awaken their gifts or something in some sort of way. I heard sex. Okay. You guys could have had like some very powerful intercourse. Okay. That is very awakening. I'm hearing sexual healing, and when I get that feeling, okay, so you could have put some sexual healing on this person. Okay, look at this energy work. Okay, big fat energy medicine through like so much fun. It's like you could have had a whole lot of fun putting it on this person, okay? And they really enjoyed it, but it brought a lot of healing not only to them but to you too. And you could be feeling like, your emotions are all over the place, or feeling anxious or feeling emotional at certain times, but it's because you and this person are very connected, and I feel like this person could be dealing with a lot in their life. So just continue to pray for them. Pray over your divine counterpart always. Ask the divine to deal with them in the best way, to open them up to be the best for you, and to open you up so you could be the best for them. And these things will always work out fine, because this person really truly is a part of your star family. Okay, let's timeline jump and universal knowledge. We got mothership. Okay, so I don't know, I feel like this person has phoned home. Yeah, like that's the vibe that I'm getting. This person been phoned home, okay? Like they found some sort of like very powerful energy within themselves, okay? It says embark on this communication with patience and take note of any guidance or messages from this particular, energy or fleet, okay? This is what I'm saying. They take it, they receiving energy and information about these manipulative, jealous people like straight from the divine at this time. And they're doing a good job of Seven of Wands, like standing their ground, standing up for themselves, making moves that align with what they want and need, and not necessarily moving for everybody else first. This is a big lesson that this person just learned. What's universal knowledge and energy work? And I feel like, yeah, we got star centers. Okay, I was going to say, and I feel like this is going to call this person to you, or like to get you guys closer. Like if you don't live together, or you could live at a distance or whatever, like I feel like you guys are not about to be living at a distance for very long. Okay, like I feel like both of you guys really want to like live with each other and kind of like get your life going already, and you kind of been waiting a long time for this person to do a lot of healing and to get themselves together. Even like I feel like even the time before they came into your life, not only did you have a lot of work to do, but they were still wilding. They wasn't even nowhere near starting the work that needed to be done, or they thought that they weren't, but now they're having all these epiphanies, that moment in your spiritual journey where you start having all these epiphanies and the dots start connecting, and you like, oh, spirit, okay, this is what you were saying, now I'm seeing how it works, so that's kind of where this person is, and they think it's all very cool, but it's also a little bit scary to them, and they're just trying to make tiny changes at a time. So just like I said, be patient. They might be like really taking their time about it, okay? I can tell by your eyes that you're feeling me. The song I See You Looking at Me. I can tell by your eyes that you're feeling me. My drop top's in the parking lot, and I want to take you back to my spot. And we still got a little more time to rock, so would you dance with me? Dance with me. This person could like to dance, okay? They could want to take you out dancing, or just want to like just go out and have a good time, Now they're visualizing abundance in all forms in their life. And like I said, you are like like you are the epitome of abundance in their life, you know. Like you have such a happy, vibrant, open type of energy, even if you just only have that kind of energy for them and they just really love you, you know. Like whatever it is that you offer, you know, they really love that kind of energy about you, baby. Okay, what's timeline jump, universal knowledge, and mothership? We got windfall of abundance. Okay, so the changes that this person have made is bringing a windfall of abundance into their life, even if they don't see it at this time, you know. But I feel like this person could have some sort of big blessing coming in by Christmas, you know, or maybe they're gonna get a new job or some sort of like lucrative financial opportunity, okay? And I feel like this person hasn't even got the chance to like show you how it is that they treat their person, you know, like that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting, you know. Even though I did say earlier that it could be somebody you're already in a relationship, that can still be true. I feel like they really haven't even got to show you like how they really get down or what kind of life they've really been envisioning themselves living, and they about to let you in on that little secret, okay? It says an increase of abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. And then we got block out distractions, okay? So this person, like, they could be being kind of distant with you, but they just don't want you to distract them from this hard work that they're doing within themselves and on the outside of themselves to be better so that they can be someone that you're able to lean on, you know? It says your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important, you know. That could be their guidance at this time. It says you already know what these distractions are and you have the power to responsibly block them out, you know. What's windfall of abundance? Yeah, we got cooperation instead of competition, okay? So like try to be very cooperative with this person and just know that they're working on their cooperative energies as well, you know, so that they'll be able to commit to you better and to be the partner that you see them being, you know. Excuse me. So it says, what's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete and there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything, you know. So I feel like you and this person, you guys are master manifestors, okay? When you guys are together, there is nothing that can hurt the two of you because you guys put major spiritual protection over each other. And also, there's no one that you have to compete with because this person only has eyes or feelings for you, okay? Like you're the only person they can see themselves giving this cup of love to, okay? Like nobody else is even good enough for them right now. Like, and that's how I heard it, you know. I cannot believe I'm still coughing, okay? Excuse me. Jeez. All right, what's the final thought on this? The song, it's easier to run, 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 run. Okay, so I feel like this person could have been running from you for quite a while, you know, like they could feel that intense feeling around you and they just really weren't ready to face that kind of energy just yet, you know. We got the sea horse spirit with create the unexpected, and we got the sea spirit queen with honor animal souls, you know. So I feel like this person is just, yeah, look at the DNA activation at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this person is going through a DNA activation and they're trying to honor their soul's calling at this time, you know. And then we got consistent communication. I feel like after this time of them getting themselves together, like your communication with this person will never be as inconsistent as it may have been in the recent past, okay? Like they're just doing a lot of hard work and trying to focus on being better, okay? And there's a card that says, you know, no one's ignoring you, love bug. If you feel like people are ignoring you, then get busy doing something else, you know. So you might need to, like I say, 33, you might need to just busy yourself. I feel like that could be what the Ascended Masters are asking of you at this time. You get busy, you focus on your divine journey and what it is that you're supposed to be doing, because that kind of energy attracted this person to you in the first place, okay? So the affirmation says, I love making people laugh, and I find new joyful ways to infuse laughter into the little moments of my life, you know? And that's what this person is really trying to do, trying to make themselves happier, to be able to make the people that they love around them happier, you know? It says, surprise yourself and others, okay? So this person is about to surprise you a lot, okay? It says, do the opposite of what you normally do. Didn't I say that's what this person is doing? My phone is ringing. I hope that doesn't affect the sound. I will call her back. Okay. It says, be daring and funny, evoke laughter, discover a new version of yourself, shake or spice things up, okay? It says the seahorse spirit finds you now as you are ready to hear the quiet, subtle messages encoded in the spirit of this tiny, refined being, okay? So this person has been found by spirit, and they're receiving a lot of subtle messages, okay? So do not be sweating them. It says the time has come to shift the paradigm of your existence. What you are made of is a culmination of many intricate messages spun together into the neurotic skeleton that makes up your brain and all that you believe to be true. If you want to be set free, play with changing the circuits, okay? So this person is switching things around in their brain, okay? Changing the circuits, okay? In order to be what it is that you mirror to them, that they already know that they are, okay? On a soul level. It says, put things where they haven't been connected before and see what happens. Shake or spice things up, creating the unusual and unexpected so you can create a new spark in your life. The female seahorse does this when she implants her eggs into the male so he can become pregnant and carry the baby seahorses. Hello? Okay, so you have impregnated this nigga. Excuse my French, okay? You done impregnated this man with this beautiful, divine, powerful energy, and now you need to let that shit settle, okay? You need to let it sink in. You need to let that energy merge and awaken and do what it needs to do with the help of the divine and their ancestors, okay? So, with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you needed out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.